Hello everyone, in this video I'll be explaining the problem cricket nets, and this problem was asked in Codechef starter contest 238. So let's read out the problem. Chef is practicing in a cricket net session. Okay, so the session has two phases. In the first phase, chef scores 1 run per ball and each ball costs 10 rupees. This phase lasts for first 20 balls. Okay, in the phase 2, which starts after 20th ball, and chef scores 2 runs per ball. Okay, each ball costs 5 rupees. So given that chef scored a total of x runs, determine the total amount he paid in rupees. It is guaranteed that x is even. Okay, so let's see the inputs. We have test cases. For every test case we have one integer x, which denotes the score of the chef. So we need to print what is the amount he paid in order to score this many runs. So okay, so they've given certain test cases. Let's try to understand. So we are dealing with Codechef contest starter 238. Okay, so now the first problem they've said, chef is playing in a cricket net, and there are two phases. In the phase 1, what chef is doing is, the first phase lasts for 20 balls. Okay, first 20 balls, from ball number 1. Okay, ball number 1 to 20. This is the first phase, and in this phase, for each ball, chef scores 1 run. Okay, and in the phase 2, this is after 20th ball. So from, let's say, 21st ball till infinity we can think of. So in this, what will happen is, each ball chef scores 2 run. Okay, now in the first phase, okay, so for the first phase, what is the cost of each ball? Each ball cost is 10 rupees. Okay, 10 rupees. For the second phase, the cost of each ball is 5 rupees. So in the question, what they've said is, they'll give an x, which is basically total score. It will be total score of chef. So from this we need to determine what is the cost chef paid in order to practice, in order to practice and score x runs. So we need to determine cost. So let's see the example. They've given 5 test cases. In the first test case we have 2 as the ball. Okay, we are dealing with example. First example is, your x here is 2. So if x is 2, which means chef has played only 2 balls. Okay, and this falls in phase 1 phase. So it falls in phase 1. The reason being is, x here it is less than equals to 20, right? So the first 20th ball will be phase 1. So in the phase 1, as we know, each ball chef is going to score 1 run. So obviously here score is 1, score is 2, which means he have played 2 balls. Okay, so x divided by here basically whatever is the score, it's like he have played 2 balls. So chef played 2 balls, and they've said, in order to play 1 ball, he should be paying 10 rupees. So since he played 2 balls, it will be 2 into 10, which is going to be rupees 20. So the first case, chef is going to pay 20 rupees, which is the case. Now let's see second example, where we have 20. So if you see example 2, the score of the chef is 20. If score is 20, which means it's like if you see on a number line, this is one ball, this is second ball, up till so on till 20th ball. Okay, the score of the chef will be uh, one each score, right? One score on each ball. If like this is phase 1, right? So the score will be 1 on each ball. So if the score here, total score is 20, which means chef has not went to phase 2. Okay, I think the reason you have understanding here, right? Like on each ball he'll be scoring only 1 run, so the total score is 20. So which means he have not crossed the phase 1. He was in phase 1 only. Okay. So which means from this you have understood he have played only 20 balls, right? He played 20 balls, and in phase 1 one ball costs 10 rupees, so 20 balls into 10 is going to be 200. For the second test case, the answer is 200. Now let's try to understand this 40, right? It is example 3. Example 3. Here chef has scored 40 runs. If chef has scored 40 runs, which means if you try to take a number line, right? This is score. So the first 20 runs is going to be phase 1, and the remaining is going to be phase 2, right? So which means in phase 1, as we know, chef is going to be in each ball he is going to be scoring 1 runs, right? So which means he have played 20 balls here. Now we need to determine how many balls he played in phase 2. That's the question, because in the question they have said, so chef in each ball he'll be scoring 2 runs in phase 2, which means if you see the difference, what is the score difference? 40 minus 20 is 20, which means in phase 1 he has scored 20 runs, and in phase 2 he has scored 20 runs. That's a total of 40, which is given here, 40, right? So now since you have scored 20 runs, which means if you do 20 divided by 2, the reason is 2. Why? Because each ball he'll be scoring 2 runs. So how many balls he played? He played only 2 balls. 10 balls. So you have understood here he have played 20 balls in phase 1, and phase 2 he have played 10 balls. So phase 1 each ball costs 10 rupees, and phase 2 each ball is 5 rupees. So it's like 250, right? Let's see the answer. Yeah, 250. So I think you guys are understanding. So based on score, we need to find out like how many phases he played. If he have played only one phase, so the total cost should be x into 10. You have to do, right? The pseudo code would be if the score was lesser than equals to 20, which means he was in the first phase only, right? So in this case, your the cost would be x into 10. But if score is greater than 20, which means he have played phase 2 also. If he has played phase 2, so in that case, first 20 balls, first 20 runs will be scored in phase 1. So you can take phase 1 score. Phase 1 score, that will be 20, okay, and phase 2 score will be x minus 20, right? So based on this, now what you have to do is how many balls you played. So balls 1 will be 20 only. Again, the reason being is in phase 1 each ball he'll score 1 run, but in phase 2 how many balls he'll play? It is going to be phase 2 by 2. The reason being, each ball will score two runs. That's the reason. Now, since you've got ball 1 and ball 2, now you need to find the cost. Your cost is going to be 10 into ball 1 plus 5 into ball 2. You need to display this. Okay, I think you have understood. So here the main problem is like based on score you'll have to identify like what's the score you have done. So obviously like first 20 scores will be played by phase 1 only. He cannot go to phase 2 by skipping phase 1. He has to play phase 1, then he has to go to phase 2. So I think you guys have understood. Let's try to code it up. So they have said for each test case we have integer x. So I'm dealing test case here. For each test case we have integer x. Now we need to check the cost. Initially cost, let's say it is 0. We'll be checking if the score is lesser than equals to 20, which means he have played only phase 1. You have not played phase 2. So your cost is going to be 10 into x. The reason being he have scored x runs. Okay, now in phase 1 each ball will be 1 run. Okay, so that's the reason x into 10, and each ball cost 10 rupees. Else, which means you have moved to phase 2 also. Now we need to calculate the score. Score 1 will say it is 20, and score 2 is going to be x minus 20. This is score 2. And how many balls you have played? Ball 1 will be score 1. Score 1 divided by 1 also you can do. It's the same only, right? Now ball 2 is going to be score 2 by 2. Now the cost is going to be 10 into ball 1 plus 5 into ball 2. At the end you need to display cost. Let's try to run it. It is running fine. Let's try to submit. Yeah, it got accepted. So I think this was one of the easiest problem, I would say. Yeah, you need to just focus on like how to solve. It was a mathematical thing. So if you try to analyze the time complexity in space, so here time complexity is obviously constant because we are not using any for loop or something like that, and your space complexity is also constant. We are not using any array or those things. So yeah, thank you guys for watching the video.